Welcome to my channel. What? Wait. Alright, let's talk about one of nature's most mind-blowing superpowers. And no, I'm not talking about flight or super strength. I'm talking about snakes and their absolutely insane ability to swallow the impossible. So, how on earth does this work? I mean, look at this. It's an eastern king snake eating a Texas rat snake that is literally longer than it is. It doesn't seem physically possible, right? So how do they do it? And yeah, that's the big puzzle. How do you cram something huge into a container that's, well, smaller? It's an incredible feat of biological engineering, and it's what turns snakes into these amazing predators. Let's dive into how evolution cracked this code. You know, snakes weren't always like this. Their story starts way back, about 150 million years ago, when they started evolving from their lizard ancestors. Losing their legs and getting that classic long body was a total game changer. It opened up a whole new world of hunting possibilities. And now, we've got nearly 4,000 species living just about everywhere you can imagine, from freezing mountains to scorching deserts. So, to pull off these kinds of impossible meals, snakes needed a serious upgrade. Think of it like a biological toolkit, just packed with superpowers, and they all work together perfectly. Let's start with the most famous tool in that box, that incredible jaw. Okay, so here's something you hear all the time, that snakes unhinge their jaws. But that's not really what's happening. See, our lower jaw is one solid piece of bone. The snake's isn't. The two halves are connected by these super elastic ligaments. And get this, each side can move on its own. This lets them open their mouths to a crazy, unbelievable width. And when I say crazy wide, I mean it. A reticulated python can open its mouth a full 180 degrees. I mean, think about that. A perfect flat line from its top to bottom jaw. It's absolutely central to how they hunt. To put that in perspective, your jaw, it's one solid bone. It's strong, sure, but it's not very flexible. Now just imagine for a second having a snake's jaw at your next holiday dinner. You could just swallow the entire turkey whole. It's a weird thought, I know, but it really shows you the incredible difference we're talking about. But the jaw is just part one of the toolkit. They've also got these backward curving teeth that work like little hooks, so once something's in there, it's not getting out. They can even slide their windpipe forward. It's like a built-in snorkel, so they don't suffocate while they're eating. And of course, their skin is insanely stretchy, letting them balloon up to ridiculous sizes. Okay, so the meal is swallowed. Mission accomplished, right? Not even close. That was just the first challenge. Now comes the real marathon, digestion. And trust me, it's just as wild. Just how big can they go? Well, the limits are pretty astounding. Pythons are the absolute kings here. We're talking documented cases of them eating things like hyenas, crocodiles. An enormous meal like that, you better believe it takes a massive digestive effort. And we're not talking about a quick process. This can take weeks. The snake's whole system goes into overdrive. They literally have special cells that can dissolve solid bone. But the reward is worth it. One giant meal can fuel some of these snakes for more than a year. Talk about efficient. Now, swallowing giant animals whole is kind of the snake's signature move. But not all of them play by the same rules. The world of snakes is filled with this incredible variety of feeding strategies. Let's check out a few of the more unique ones. First up, the African egg-eating snake. This guy is a specialist. It swallows a bird egg completely whole. Then, and this is the cool part, it has these sharp, bony points on the inside of its spine that it uses to crack the shell from the inside. It slurps down all the good stuff and then just spits out the empty shell. So clever! And hey, remember what I said about not all snakes swallowing their food in one go? Well, here's a great example. The crab-eating water snake actually rips its prey apart. It uses its teeth to tear the legs off crabs before eating them. A totally different approach. This next one is amazing. Some snakes literally weaponize their food. The garter snake loves to eat this one type of super poisonous newt. Now, it's evolved a resistance to the toxin, but when it eats the newt, that poison gets stored in its own body, so if a predator tries to eat the snake, surprise, the snake is now poisonous too. It's like borrowing a superpower. Okay, this one might be the weirdest of all. You've got screech owls that will actually catch live blind snakes and bring them back to their nest, but they're not dinner. The snakes act like little housekeepers. They burrow down into the nest material and eat all the nasty insects and parasites that could hurt the baby owls. And it works. The results are incredible. Studies show baby owls in nests with one of these bodyguard snakes grow faster and are way more likely to survive. It's a perfect win-win situation. All right, so we've seen the incredible jaws, the amazing digestion, the diverse strategies. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. That king snake swallowing a rat snake that was longer than it. We still haven't quite explained how that is physically possible. I mean, the stretchy skin and a flexible jaw get the meal inside, but how does it fit? How does the king snake accommodate something that's literally longer than its own body? Well, it turns out there's one final, mind-bending trick. This is going to blow your mind. Once the prey is inside, the king snake literally compresses and stretches its own spine, like an accordion, to create extra space. Then it starts folding the other snake's body, crimping it into this tight Z-shaped package inside of itself. Seriously, if you took an X-ray of the snake after its meal, you wouldn't see a long, straight snake inside. You'd see the prey folded up neatly like accordiana. It's basically internal origami. Just unbelievable. So there you have it. From flexible jaws to accordion spines, the truth behind all these amazing feats is, well, it's a little hard to swallow. Unless you happen to be a snake, of course. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What seems impossible to us is just another day at the office for these animals, all thanks to millions of years of evolution. So what other animal superpowers are out there, hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered? Goodbye. See you in the next video.